Hi there, everyone. My name is Diya Patel. I'm a current master's in analytics student at Georgia Tech. I hold a business degree from Georgia Tech, and I am a flight instructor, and I just so happen to be the solo founder of Stride, where we are democratizing outdoor safety. So with the raise of hands, raise your hand if you are a parent in the audience. All right, parents. When you see something like this, it looks something like a child would have drawn at a restaurant with some crayons, no? Unfortunately, that map is a little bit more sinister. So about a year ago, a young man named Austin King went missing in Yellowstone National Park. The only reason we even knew he went missing was he didn't make a reservation that he had a few days later. That is a big issue. Once we knew he was missing, search and rescue teams were deployed. They looked far and wide. That is a map of all the places those search and rescue teams looked. That covers over 3,000 miles, over 3,000 feet in elevation as well. They never found Austin, and his family continues to look for him today. That is the core of the issue that Stride is trying to solve. So there's a two-sided issue in outdoor safety. Hikers go into the backcountry unprepared. There are personal safety devices out there that can help you call for help, but they don't find value in these. During our customer discovery, an experienced mountain climber said he'd like to buy an outdoor safety device, but there's so many features he doesn't see value in what he's actually paying for. The other side of the issue, search and rescue is severely understaffed. They recently just got cuts this year, and with the government shutdown, a lot of parks have stopped staffing in the last few weeks. The National Park Service Regional Emergency Services Coordinator and Law Enforcement Specialist spoke to us and told us he anticipated a rise in outdoor accidents this summer, and they definitely saw that. Stride is a solution to this. So we're building a satellite-based rental outdoor safety device that allows you to directly ping search and rescue if something goes wrong. Super simple, about the size of a key fob, if you want to think about it that way. Simply rent a Stride device at a national park, take it with you on your hike, return it when you're done. No need to subscribe to any satellite service, no need to download firmware on a satellite device, just take it and then bring it back. It's no setup, no subscriptions, and safety with no hassle. Our entire market in the US for national park visitation is over 330 million. If only 10% of US national park goers bought the device, we would have annual revenue of over $500 million. That is not the only market though. Back in 2008, one of the only studies done on actual global outdoor recreation estimated that there was at least 8 billion people, or sorry, not 8 billion, that there was at least 8 billion visits each year to national parks around the world. If even 5% of those folks bought a Stride device, that is $1 billion industry. So there are other devices out there, like I mentioned. I've got a business degree, and in business we say location, 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 and that truly is the secret sauce of Stride. These other devices like the Spot X, the Zoleo, the Motorola Defy, they do a great job. They get safety to you. What they don't do is meet the consumer when they have a need. You have to actually think about the fact that you're going to get hurt before you actually get hurt in order for those to work. Most people don't want to think about them getting hurt. Once they get to the national park, they lose cell service, they have no way to call for help, then they realize, oh, I could get hurt, and that's where Stride actually sells. The distribution network is a novel idea. Satellite communication is not. So with our traction, we've interviewed over 150 stakeholders with our customer discovery. That's how we pinpointed this issue. We've done months of research on the distribution model, since that is our secret sauce. And then we've got interest from national park leadership. James Purcell, the regional coordinator for Southeast, has been helping us a lot, consulting with us. We're working with Kicker Designs in Atlanta to build that first prototype, and then we're also having talks with Aramark about how to actually distribute our device and get around that government red tape. We're currently building the prototype and looking for an electrical engineer co-founder to complement my business skill set. So for the future, we want to pilot the program in a Georgia State park, continue talking with Aramark, and then fast forward and expand into different markets as well. We're asking for that $10,000 today to continue building our product and then contracting and then also bootstrapping at the end. Yeah, if you are interested in outdoor safety and saving lives, please contact me. That's the business of Stride.
I guess just a quick clarification question. So is the parks paying for this or are the users?
We are not selling to the government. The users are paying for it. The government is just someone we have to get on our side for the commercial use agreement. We're getting around that by partnering with Aramark to actually distribute the device. So we don't really need to do any of those government contracts, and consumers buy it straight from their facilities and national parks.
Thank you.
I love the idea. I would say two things. The first is as you think about, this is going to sound negative, but what are the things that could keep this from being successful first?
Yeah.
And then the second thing I'd ask is how do you prevent that? So if you think about, people only know that they need this once they're in the situation where they need this. How do you proactively get them to know that they need it?
So part of the mission of the company is education as well. When we did our customer discovery for these amateur hikers, once they actually get to the national park, they lose the cell service. That's enough for them to kind of, alarms start to ring. So if you have an educational component to this, folks will be like, okay, for 15 bucks, I am going to have this device and I can call for help. That's such a low barrier to entry compared to buying this $400 Garmin device. And so that's one of the risks, and how to actually get folks to start buying it.
And to the add-on on that, battery-operated satellite systems, how do you ensure that the batteries are always working?
Yep. So we're hoping to have like a light on it, it's like red light, starting to die. And then after each use, personnel would also start to recharge it. We're not constantly location tracking, so it's low power. And so it's very limited ping. So it's more like breadcrumbs.